Good evening, fellow scholars. My name is Makila Sullivan, and today I will be sharing my action research proposal, The Effect of Teacher-Led Social and Emotional Learning on Social Competence in a Fully Inclusive Preschool Classroom. At SETA, we are deeply committed to full inclusion and the teaching pyramid model. However, we often see a gap where students with moderate disabilities are physically present but struggling to meaningfully engage with their peers. Research shows that successful inclusion is often hindered by inconsistent implementations of SEL strategies. The gap in teacher knowledge regarding specific adaptations. My goal is to bridge that gap between our program's universal commitment and sustain a positive social outcomes our students deserve. The impact of implementation quality on students' outcomes. The research on social and emotional learning, SEL, highlights a significant implication gap. The difference between simply adopting a program and being truly inclusive is the key. When universal SEL programs are designed to benefit all students, their impact is heavily dependent on implementation, quality, and classroom readiness. On this graph, I will illustrate how students' outcome varies on the basis of these factors. On the gray box, you'll see that that's the baseline. Students were at a 50%. The light blue box, students were at a minimum growth with a 54 percentile gain. The dark blue box, students gained 11 percentile, totaling 61% of growth. The 11 percentile point, the most cited. Of 213 students were found that the students that Universal SEL program scored an average of 11 percentile points, higher on standardized tests than those who did not. The readiness gap, programs implemented the real world conditions often see diminished results if the classroom isn't ready for inclusion. As highlighted in the Brooks and blog post, factors like physical accessibility, flexible furniture, and clear routines are essential to closing this gap. Long-term impact, the gap in achievement continues to widen over time. Years after participating in SEL, students maintain an average of 13 percentile point lead over their peers. Last, skill deficiency. Currently, only 29 to 45% of students report core competencies like empathy and conflict resolution, showing a large gap between current student status and universal SEL goals. Data collection and management. Because this inclusive classroom is complex environment, I am utilizing a mixed method design. Quantitatively, we will use frequency counts to track how often students with disabilities initiate playing with their peers during the intervention. Quantitatively, I will conduct interviews with teachers and aides to understand the barriers they face and observe how their coaching language evolves. To ensure this research is valid and reliable, I am triangulating these sources with our existing DRDP's social and emotional development data regarding ethics, student staff privacy is my top priority. All data will be de-identified by using numerical codes, and records will be stored in a secure encrypted digital folder to ensure complete confidentiality. Stakeholder and timetable. This is a collaborative effort. Teachers and aides are the primary implementers, using the refined coaching language during daily play. Administrators play a vital role in providing the necessary time for data review and collaborative reflection. The timetable consists of a 2-week preparation period for staff training, followed by the 8-week intervention. We will collect midpoint data in week 4 and a final assessment in week 8 to measure growth. Expected outcomes and benefits. What do we hope to achieve? Beyond increasing social interaction counts, we expect to see a ripple effect on school readiness. Research by Davis and Baker 2025 confirms that higher social competence in preschool is a significant predictor of reading and math success later. Furthermore, this promotes human flourishing. By removing social barriers, we are honoring the dignity and the purpose of every child in our inclusive setting. For organization, this research provides a scalable coaching model that can be shared across other set of classrooms to improve fidelity to our teacher pyramid model. Reflection on future practices. Reflecting on this process in TCH 539, action research has fundamentally changed how I view my role as an educator. I am no longer just an instructor. I am a researcher, a practitioner. I have learned that the most effective changes in education don't come from top down mandates, but from quiet, data driven reflections we do in our own classrooms. In the future, I will continue to use the cycle of inquiry to meet the needs of diverse learners with both professional excellence and compassion. Thank you for your time and for your dedication to our students' success. God bless.